Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. It is Saturday, November 13th, the 32nd Saturday of Ordinary Time, and it is the feast day of Saint Frances Xavier Cabrini, also known as Mother Cabrini, and she was an Italian-American Roman Catholic nun who died in Chicago in 1917. Which really in reality is not that long ago, just over 100 years. She founded the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and she was the first U.S. citizen to be canonized as a saint. Not first U.S. born, because that's Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton, but she became a U.S. citizen, and she was the first one to be canonized as a saint. So she is the patron saint of immigrants and hospital administrators. Today's gospel is from Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Let's get to the right page. Then he told them a parable about the necessity for them to pray always without becoming weary. He said, there was a judge in a certain town who neither feared God nor respected any human being. And a widow in that town used to come to him and say, render a just decision for me against my adversary. For a long time, the judge was unwilling, but eventually he thought, while it is true that I neither fear God nor respect any human being, because this widow keeps bothering me, I shall deliver a just decision for her, lest she finally come and strike me. The Lord said, pay attention to what the dishonest judge says. Will not God then secure the rights of his chosen ones, who call out to him day and night? Will he be slow to answer them? I tell you, he will see to it that justice is done for them speedily, but when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? Okay, this is the parable of the persistent widow. And we notice that this interaction that takes place between the widow and the judge, in which the judge is indifferent, but the judge or the widow keeps begging and keeps going up to the widow. And so she's persistent, and she's also patient with the judge. So I think, and that's why this parable is here. It's an invitation to prayer, and how our relationship with God should be centered and rooted in prayer. Because the very first verse says, then he told them a parable about the necessity for them to pray always without becoming weary. Because that's the challenge. We pray for stuff, of course, but we oftentimes, how often do we treat God as if he's just a vending machine where we can just put some prayers in and he'll pop it out for us right away? And that's not how God works. And he's not going to want to treat us like a spoiled little child that gets our way all the time. Because if that was the case, there'd be no, rejoicement and appreciation for all the good stuff that takes place. If we got everything we wanted all the time, we're not going to ever be at peace. And so this is an invitation to constantly rely on the Lord and go to him in prayer. And I feel like I resonate with this very well. Just being in my second year at seminary, just wanting answers. But the Lord gives us time to learn and understand for ourselves, the desires of our heart. And he will answer in his time, just like the judge eventually answered. And even if we don't get an answer, no answer actually is an answer. And then, so the Lord will, that's I don't know, I don't want to get all, preachy, but that's the whole point of trying to build and grow in our relationship with God, because God is the most stable person in our entire life. He's listening to us. It's just our job to continue to grow in virtue and to seek him out and not be frustrated. But whenever we do get frustrated, to go to him and let those frustrations out, because he hears and knows every little thing about us, our minds, our thoughts, our heart, our words, even before we say them. He knows absolutely everything. It's just a matter of, do we trust him? And do we continue to rely on him in prayer? So that is the challenge for today is, do we run to the Lord in prayer in both good times and in bad? Just like marriage vows, we need to stick with the Lord in good times and in bad, and know and trust that fruit is being produced from that. So I would say do some additional prayers today. Maybe do a holy hour. Maybe learn what meditation is, and learn what contemplation is, rather than just repeating prayers all the time that the Lord hears. He wants to know your heart. So I invite you to spend some time in prayer with the Lord and actually take some time to listen to him and try to shut your thoughts down and breathe and just be with him because he loves us so much. Have a great day. God bless, and keep it real. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen.